Hey, welcome back. This is Joseph with the My Cross is Grace podcast radio. You know, I saw an old movie poster that had to do with the movie Roots, made famous by the voice of James Earl Jones. And it made me think, you know, what are our roots? And, you know, in the spiritual sense, how far are people willing to go to help others or to be in persona Christi, in the image of Christ? And that's an individual question. Some people will say, hey, you know, don't go over there, that guy's sick or he's injured or whatever. Well, if he's sick or he's injured, he needs help, right? Somebody's got to go and engage. So it's interesting what it is that is inside of each of us that gets us out of our comfort zone to engage and help somebody in need. It could be somebody in a wheelchair negotiating a door, or an elderly person struggling with packages from a grocery store to their car or to the bus. Anything like that. I think it's just the fact that we're talking about it gives us all reason to talk about it amongst our friends and family members, that it doesn't take much to be good. I'll give you an example, not necessarily of a good deed, but a fact of life. The international language is a smile. Everybody understands the good nature, the goodwill intended in a smile. Another international language is music. You don't have to understand the words, but just know that it's joyful for the most part. Okay, it makes people feel good or laugh or be entertained or relaxed or welcomed. And so, talking about roots, I want to think for a moment, like how deep is anybody's roots? And the deeper they are, the stronger their ability to reach and go places and do things with the strong foundation, knowing how deep they are and where they come from. Assuming that source where they come from, that foundation is good, then they should grow strong like a tree, like a mighty oak, with the branches reaching out and doing good deeds here, there, and wherever, being able to be an instrument of His peace. That's the importance of being good at anything, is to certainly know the basics, to be grounded in the faith, and to study on it, to refresh yourself, to rest when need be, but to refresh your information, be strong in what you know, be willing to learn what you've forgotten or didn't know about, be open-minded to the truth, accept the truth, confirm it for yourself, but to act on that gut feeling which says, I need to help that other person or that other animal, and then do it. Yeah, roots. Make sure your roots are strong and do it not just for yourself, but for Almighty God, because we were made in His image to do His work here on earth. And that's the least we should be able to do for everybody. So think about that more, whether you're in a cubicle or on a construction site or whatever your work happens to be. It matters. This is Joseph. You've been listening to and watching the My Cross is Grace podcast radio. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.